In today's episode of Ask the Expert, my question comes from Ron, who owns a small auto repair business and just became an employer in 2013. And he asks, what required tax forms do I need to file during the first quarter of 2014 and when are they due? Watch my show to find out the answer.
Welcome to this episode of Accounting and Tax Tips. Smart strategies for small business success with certified public accountant Tina Moe.
Well, Ron, here's your answer. Let's start with federal payroll filing requirements. If you have payroll, you have several due dates to be mindful of, and let me clarify what I mean when I use the word payroll. Payroll means you have employees and you withhold taxes on their wages. Don't confuse that with subcontractors who receive payments for services and are responsible for paying their own taxes. Payroll tax withholdings have various due dates depending upon the amount of payroll you have. Most small businesses that I work with have to remit their payroll tax withholdings on a monthly, quarterly, or an annual basis. I'll be referring to federal tax payments and reporting requirements since most states have their own due dates and filing requirements. Be sure to check with your state tax department for their rules and requirements. Federal tax deposits, referred to as a 941 deposit, are remitted through the Electronic Federal Tax Payment System, or EFTPS, and are paid either by the 15th of each month or after each payday if your tax liability is over $50,000 in a quarter. If your payroll is very small, meaning your tax liability is less than $2,500 for the quarter, the IRS allows you to pay that 941 federal tax along with your tax return due to the IRS. If it's less than $2,500 for the year, then you can pay it annually along with Form 944. So if you're a monthly 941 payer, you'll have a federal tax deposit due by the 15th of each month, and you'll need to file your 941 tax return by January 31st for the fourth quarter of 2013. Also due by January 31st is the annual Form 940, which is federal unemployment tax. Some employers are required to pay that tax on a quarterly basis, but if your total liability is less than $500 for the year, you can remit that payment along with that 940 annual return. Don't forget W-2 forms must be mailed to their recipients no later than January 31st, 2014, and 1099s must be furnished to their recipients by this date as well. This is also the deadline for self-employed individuals to file and to pay their taxes and avoid penalty for not making a fourth quarter estimated payment. If you don't plan on being ready to file your income taxes by then, and you expect to owe, you'll want to consider making a quarterly estimated tax payment, which is due by January 15th of 2014. Corporate income taxes for Subchapter S corporations are due by March 17th, 2014, and this is also the deadline to request an extension if you're not ready to file those by then. This is also the deadline to file an amended corporate tax return for the year 2010 and still claim a refund because refunds expire 3 years from the original due date of the return. That was a lot of due dates and tax forms, so here's a list recapping them all. For more information or for due dates for the remainder of the year, visit my website at www.actservices-inc.com.
Thank you for watching this episode of Accounting and Tax Tips with Tina Moe. For more great information, visit Tina's website at www.actservices-inc.com. Also browse the other shows found right here at Indie Biz TV Shows.